Welcome back to my channel, baby dolls. As always, you know I'm super duper excited you guys decided to watch one of my videos. So let's hop right into it, because you can see by the title what this is going to be. I was asked to do like how to contour a nose, and it's just a little bit difficult because everybody's nose is different, but I can do a beauty basic, so I decided to just do contour in general, how to do your concealer and your powder, how to do your blush and a little bit of highlight, just the real basics that you need. So let's get right into it. Make sure you guys are like, subscribing, and commenting if you want whatever you want to see next. Right? Cool? Yeah, cool. All right. So my foundation is already on. So the first thing that you want to know about concealer is that you need to find your tone. I do have a video to find your concealer and your foundation shade. I'll link it down below, but the basics are you're either going to be warm or you're going to either be cool. Once you figure out whatever shade you are in terms of warm and cool, you want to make sure that you're looking at getting something no more than 2 shades lighter than your foundation. If you go more than that, you're going to really take a high chance of looking like super casket ready, and that's really not just what we want. You know what I'm saying? We want something that's going to give us a natural boost. You can always add something a little bit lighter on top, you know, for glam and things, but you're looking for something that's going to be about 2 shades lighter at the absolute most of your skin tone, right? Now, concealer is going to bring up pieces of your face. The points that you want to have the light hit on the most, the points that you want people to maybe concentrate on the most, that's what's going to be in the foreground. That's what concealer is. So normally you're looking at using something in your T-zone. So T-zone is going to be right here and across. Most of your product will be right here under your eye, and that's what we're gonna do. A lot of people like to do little dots and stripes or whatever. The basic concept is to do a triangle, right? That's the first step. Now it's up to you if you want to continue on with the T pattern. It's all about the shape of your face. I personally like to make sure that the bridge of my nose is highlighted. We'll get into that further detail when we do contour. And I personally like this little part here, just because my chin pokes out. I want to make sure that because it's right here on the top, that it continues to be pronounced, okay? Same thing with the forehead. I don't have a super big forehead. My forehead kind of like slants. So what I like to do is add a little bit of concealer there so that it'll even it out with the rest of my face. Yeah, okay. And so yeah, as you go on, you kind of learn what you like to do and little add-ons. I like to make sure I cover my little crow's feet here, or smile lines, I mean. So, but that's the first step. That's your concealer, and that's what it does. We're going to blend this in and move on to contour, okay? So what I like to do also, just a key in blending, is to start from the outer corners and blend that in, and then slowly work your way inside. You want to really keep most of that product on the under part of your eye. This is where you really want it. This is going to be the blend. It has to blend into your contour and your foundation to look natural. But here, if you do a nice blend, it will give you a nice gradient, and you can have a lot of product up in that area. Again, it also depends on you if you want to use a brush or anything like that. That's really up to you. I personally like to use a beauty blender. It does the job for me. And I blend right up here, and you can just see immediately the lift of the face. Right? Cool. And I don't look ashy. I look like I have a natural highlight. And that's what you're going for. All right, so we're blended. I'm going to leave this here for right now. Cool. Once that's done, we're going to move into contour. I'm going to be using Black Radiance contour today. Same thing with contour, cool or warm. Once you figure that out, you should not go any further than 2 shades darker than your skin tone. If you do go darker than your skin tone, you run the risk of looking like not ashy, but it's like shady. It looks really like bad. It looks really bad. So you want to make sure that you don't go anything more than that. So with contour gives you valleys, the parts that you kind of want to shrink and hide, maybe, you know, get away, double chin, maybe you have a bigger forehead. This is what this tool is for. It's going to save your life. So personally, I have pretty high cheekbones and I like to make them a little bit higher. So I like to go right underneath and just do this. And then I'll thicken it up right here at the base just because that's how I like to do it. Cool. And then I like to do right here just because I have a little double chin and I want to get rid of that. And then I like to just do right here on the sides. Now here's a quick trick. If you're not into doing all that and you're like, oh, I don't really know what to do exactly, I'm not quite sure where the underlying of my cheekbone is or anything like that, period. All you gotta do is draw a 3. Take it from right here, the temple of your head, and you're gonna go around, hit the corner of your to your top of your sideburns, and then you come in to your cheekbone, come back out, get that thick corner, and then come right under. 3. It's a little janky, but it's 3. And that'll get you there all the time, every time, I promise you, okay? Take your beauty blender and you want to blend that out. So when we're going to do our nose contour, I don't like to just grab straight from the applicator. I do like to get a thinner brush because you need to just make sure that you don't put too much product. If you put too much contour cream or powder, you run the risk of your nose. Again, if you put so much, you're going to have this much nose. You're going to have this much nose. So if your nose is already thin, that's not for you. You don't want to use a lot of contour. If you have maybe you want to thin this out, I'll show you how to do that. But if you have maybe like a bit of a bigger bridge or something like this, and you want to thin it out a little bit, you want to take a thin brush with your product on it, and then you slowly, right on the side, this is your bridge, bring that down. That's the reason I leave this here, so that way it gives me the guideline of what I want. And because I like to make this little part here disappear, I feel like it points out just a little bit too much for me, I'm going to add contour all the way up to this point here. That's how I do my nose, okay? And then from there, we're gonna take a beauty blender and we're just gonna very carefully, because you gotta make sure that you don't blend it too far down into your under eyes. So you blend that out nice and light, little strokes. And I'm going to turn it over and then blend in. That's my nose. That's why I like to do my nose. That's why I like to do my nose. I don't know about you, but that's why I like to do my nose. So now that you set your contour, we can go ahead and we can work on blush. If you're a little bit lighter than me, you can go things with like paler peaches and stuff like that. If you're my tone or darker, you definitely want to go more of a berry tone, which is what I'm going for. And you want to go with a more of a flatter, but not super dense, but like dense brush. You want to make sure that you're going to get enough color deposit without having to go over too much, because if you put too much blush, you're going to look like a clown, period. Keeping it buck with you. So tap off the extra because you cannot have too much. Start at the bowl of your cheek right here. And I like to do like little circular motions. And I'll bring it right on up. Just bringing that color up. I just feel like it just adds more of a blend to it. I don't know. Now, if you can't find the balls of your cheek right off rip like I did, simple trick. Fake smile. Period. You see that? That's the apple of your cheek. Right up there. Right on the top. Yeah, Shirley. That's crazy, Shirley. Wow. Wow, Shirley. Word, she did that, Shirley. Word. Blush. Done. I like to do a little this. Little this. I don't know why I've been loving it. That's just what I've been doing lately, you know. Going a little out of flavor. And that's it. That's beauty basics. Well, actually, you know what? Let me toss and highlight for you. That's definitely a basic that you need to know. So let me do that. You want to get yourself a nice little dense brush. Again, something similar to the blush brush, something that's going to deposit enough color, enough product, but not too much, because if you gonna look sweaty and oily and you gonna look like the Tin Man. Ooh, slide some oil to me. Like, you're not gonna want that, especially in the summertime. Okay, so take tap 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 tap. All right, sorry. And then what we're gonna do is go to the highest point of the face. So again, you can hit that fake smile. And this right here, all right there, that's where you want to put that highlight. That's where you want to bring that light to, like, and then I like to swipe it one good time around, you know, just to give it a little song right here. I'm gonna get most of that product right here first, so I'm gonna hit here first, and then add that little extra that's on the brush. And then same thing with the nose. Now with the nose, I don't use a brush because, again, it's a very small spot and you gotta be very particular. So I like to use my finger and put a little bit here, and I like to just do a little right here, right? Rub that in, and then a little bit right there, little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Ranger action for that A, right? And then a little bit here. Your highlight kind of basically goes everywhere that you had put your concealer, like low key, but a little bit there. Bada bing, bada boom. And then a little extra tidbit. Spray yourself down with your setting spray. Get you nice and wet. This is gonna blend everything together. That's number one. And then number two, you're gonna go back in with your highlighter while it's still just a little bit damp, and just hit the high points one more time. Shimmer and glitter always works better on a little bit of a tacky palette. So doing this, like, afterwards, after the spray, you're kind of getting that second layer of shimmer that's definitely on there, and you're popping, like you're popping. And so here you go. This is it, right? I'm ashy. I'm not ashy. My neck matches my shoulders. You know, my skin is good. We get a natural highlight, a natural flow going on here. And yeah. Until next time.